Welcome back. One of the many beauty products that have come to take a dip in Indonesia's beauty care market's waters is India's #1 brand Himalaya. And present now in Indonesia since 2013, its reasons remain that Indonesia is one of the fastest growing emerging markets in the world, and its personal care market is pegged at an over staggering $4 billion. And with our large population, the brand's executives were very clear that they would position themselves as a mainstream brand, addressing the needs of mainstream consumers. Indonesia has long witnessed a flurry of new products across beauty and personal care, mainly targeted at women. Following the success of many big international brands which continue to invest heavily in new products launches and promotions, one of them was Himalaya. India's Himalaya story began way back in 1930. Today, Himalaya is a leader in several categories in personal care. As of 2014, Himalaya is present in Southeast Asia, including Indonesia, as the country is one of the fastest growing emerging markets in the world, and its personal care market is pegged at $4 billion. The brand's executives were very clear that they would position themselves as a mainstream brand, addressing the needs of mainstream consumers. The brand has registered a healthy growth over the last few years. It has gained acceptance among consumers and trade partners. As of today, they are recognized as one of the fastest growing brands in the country. The company is now presently available across top 23 cities in Indonesia, including Jakarta, Surabaya, Bandung, and Bali, with distribution in over 15,000 outlets. And now back in the studio with Mr. SAKETGORE, the CEO of Himalaya's APAC business. Mr. SAKETGORE, your vision is, of course, to make Himalaya the most admired and loved wellness brand. Okay. How do you plan on doing just that?
We just started with offering our product basket of face cleansers. That's our lead portfolio across the globe. And luckily, we have our lead product, which is called a purifying neem face wash. It targets pimples. It's called Jerawat here. And that's a leader for us in almost 40-odd countries across the world. Second product is addressing blackheads, which is called Komedo here.
Yes.
We have the second product, which is called Gentle Exfoliating Daily Face Wash, which has aloe vera and also addresses the problem of Jerawat. Third product, if I add so, is something which is a very popular trend here, is where consumers are seeking to use whitening products.
Yes,
and we have
very popular.
Very popular, and we have a product called Clear Complexion Whitening Face Wash. It's gone to one of the most expensive and exotic herbs in the world called saffron.
And which is very popular in India, but not too popular in Indonesia yet.
Absolutely, and we got this wonderful formulation here, which delivers great results, very safe and very natural. And we want to educate the consumers in Indonesia about the usage of these herbs. Consumers are aware of turmeric, which is cognac, which we use very regularly in German. Komedo, which has got apricot and aloe vera, and whitening. Whitening has got aloe vera.
So lots of herbal ingredients in these beauty products, not too much of these chemical substances pushed into the skin as much as maybe...
we believe that we should be hard in terms of delivering the results, but they should be gentle on the skin. And that's our philosophy. That's
why you highlight on these herbal ingredients?
Absolutely. Our scientists back end...
Which is very familiar here in Indonesia too.
Right. The scientists at the back end ensure that the products are safe, but very, very effective.
And what are the perks of maybe launching like these beauty treatment products here in Indonesia? Are they very welcoming here, or...?
Absolutely. I would say that we've been surprised and overwhelmed with the results that we got in last 15-odd months. The consumers have been very accepting, welcoming. Consumers here are willing to try the products. And what we have done always is try to give away a lot of samples, getting consumers to try the products. And I could assure you that every time a consumer tries a Himalaya product, it's very, very difficult to go away from that.
And now from the perks, I'm going to ask you a very difficult question now. The challenges of entering the Indonesian market for foreign companies.
I would say Indonesia is a large country, huge country, getting distribution right. Across, you have modern format stores, you have general format stores, and you have mini marts and supermarts, regional channels. It's very difficult to address all these needs at the same point of time. Reaching out to Indonesian consumers via distribution is also not very easy because consumers shop at different times, consumers shop in different places. You have pasars as well as modern format stores. So trying to address all of them at the same time has not been an easy task. But I would say that we've been reasonably successful. Would we like to do more? Sorry if I may. If you'd like to do more, yes. We would continue our effort, but so far we've been reasonably successful.
And that's in terms of the consumers. What about in terms of the government? Do you think the Indonesian government has been accommodating or welcoming enough to welcome these foreign companies or investors into coming to Indonesia to launch their businesses or companies?
So far, we haven't had any major issues either from government side or authorities in terms of introducing the product. For personal care, it's been a pretty welcoming experience so far. We haven't had faced any issues. Can there be any additional benefits? Yes, maybe there could be some incentives offered for foreign companies to come and set up operations, but that's okay. I would say that there has been absolutely no issues at all in working in Indonesia. We love it here.
And since you can say that Himalaya is a fairly new company here in Indonesia, we have various brands of these local-made beauty products too. And there are also many international brands that have come here earlier than than Himalaya.
Correct.
How do you compete with both the local brands, which are already very massive, adding with the international brands too in Indonesia?
Indonesia is not a very, very unique market. It's a very competitive market. And the more brands they're offering, they keep the job of educating the consumers. What Himalaya does is Himalaya has a very differentiated offering. And that's what Himalaya goes ahead and educates the consumer that why should a consumer pick up our product. So if there are multiple brands available in the market, so be it. The market is growing. Consumers are willing to try. And obviously consumers are going to continue using a product which delivers on the benefit. And that's what Himalaya will do. So I'm sure if there are multiple brands, we're happy. We accept the challenge. We're looking forward to more competition.
And your brand is very clear.
Yes.
When it comes to targeting the mass consumers.
Yes.
So how are sales of mass versus premium beauty products evolving here in Indonesia?
As every market and society evolves, there are certain consumers who enter a segment who would want to try products which are priced relatively cheaper. The same consumers expect slightly higher benefits, and as consumers evolve beyond that, they expect premiumness. That is how most brands and most categories evolve. Today, Indonesia has a fair bit of all of this. The beauty segment or the premium beauty segment in terms of higher-end skincare products is relatively small today. I expect that segment to grow at a much faster clip over the next decade or so, because it's very comparable to most Southeast Asia markets. Indonesia is a developing country. As youngsters keep trying out new products, I suppose they would want to try out the higher-end premium skincare products, especially the next decade. That's what I believe. But today, sorry if I may add on, today the majority of the market is in the middle bracket. When you look at the diamond shape, middle segment is what is the fastest and the biggest chunk.
And that's why you're targeting the mass market.
Absolutely.
And we'll take a short break for now, and we'll be right back. Stay on MNC Today.